Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another remastered episode of the lore of League of Legends. With the recent-ish release of Ascension, we're going to be returning to a champion that has had his lore completely revamped for this event. A being once of mortal flesh and blood, and is now something very different. A being now of writhing arcane energy. With his release from millennia-spanning imprisonment, he is now ready to unleash his power upon the world. Without further ado, I present to you the remastered lore of Xerath, the Magus Ascendant. Enjoy. This was the moment. The singular moment that had cost him so much. It had taken him a lifetime of planning. The corrupt empire that was Shurima and its strutting princeling would be struck down under the blankly idiotic sun symbol that they both so trusted. The key to immortality, jealously guarded and miserably offered, would be his alone, and it would be stolen in front of the entire world. A singular moment of perfect vengeance that would free Xerath from the bonds of servitude forever. His master's helm revealed to those around him no human expression, and knowing that it would not be returned in kind, Xerath smiled up at his master's face all the same. His life had been spent in servitude, first for a mad emperor, and now a vain one. Endless manipulations for and against the throne of Shurima, and a near damning quest for barely remembered knowledge that almost consumed him. And all of it led to this masquerade of ascension. The very word when spoken aloud was an assault on Xerath's ears. We will ascend while you are chained to the broken stone as the sands of time swallow you all. Xerath thought to himself, no, not anymore and never again. A slave would be taken into the sun's embrace and made a god, not some chosen golden lord. A simple slave, a boy who had once had the misfortune to save a noble child from the sands. And for this sin, Xerath had been punished with a horrible, almost maddening promise. Freedom. Unobtainable, forbidden. Should the thought even dart through a slave's mind, they would be punished with death. The promise had been unkept to this day. The words of a grateful child that he dragged from the embrace of the mercurial Mother Desert. How could Azir go against thousands of years of rule? How could he fight tradition, his father, and his destiny? In the end, the young emperor would lose it all by not keeping his word. And so Xerath was elevated and educated, eventually becoming the trusted right hand of the young emperor, but never a free man. The soured promise ate into Xerath, it ate into what he was, ate into what he could have been. Having been denied a small simple thing, the right to live his life, Xerath decided to take everything that was denied to him, everything he felt he deserved, the empire, ascension, and the absolute purest form of freedom possible. With each step taken toward the dais of ascension, Xerath felt an unknown lightness he was genuinely shocked by. Was he feeling joy? Was this the feeling of vengeance? The impact upon him almost felt physical. And at that moment, the overwrought suit of golden armour that was his tormentor abruptly halted, turning and walking towards Xerath. Fear and panic began to overcome Xerath. Could the Emperor know? How could it even be possible? This righteous, falsely benevolent Emperor whose hands were just as bloody as Xerath's own. Even if the Emperor did know of Xerath's plans, there was no staying the killing blow that was already in motion. He had planned for every contingency that could occur. He had bribed, killed, outmaneuvered and plotted his vengeance for decades. And had even tricked the monstrous brothers Nasus and Renekton to stay away from the event. Yet he had not planned for this. The Emperor of Shurima, the Golden Sun, beloved of Mother Desert, soon to be ascended, took off his helmet, revealing his proud brow and smiling eyes, turning to his oldest and most trusted friend. He spoke of the love of brothers, the love of friends, of hard fights won and others lost, of family, of fortune, and finally, of freedom. Suddenly the guards began to flank Xerath, moving in, weapons drawn. Panic overtook him. The prince knew his plans. Was it that they were about to be undone? But to his surprise, There was no menace to the guards. They began honouring Zerath, saluting him, congratulating him. Zerath finally had his freedom. Zerath's hated master had just freed him. He had freed them all. No Shuriman was to ever wear chains again. Azir's last act as a human was to unfetter his people. Any response Zerath could have had was drowned out by the shuddering roars of the assembled masses. He stood in the shadow of the monolithic sun disk, knowing that an empire-destroying doom was but seconds away from them all. Zerath watched Azir don his helmet once more and walk out onto the dais, his attendants preparing him for the godhood that would never come. It was too late for his friend, too late for his brother. It was too late for them all. And that's all I've got for you this time around. Let me know what you thought of the video by hitting that like button and leaving your feedback in the comment section below the video. If you'd like to see the original Zerath lore, you can do so by hitting the annotation at the bottom of the video. It will take you straight to it. Or if you'd like to see any other episodes, you can click the annotation at the top of the video to take you to the playlist. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, I'll see you next time.